Not sure if many of you know, but we do have a virtual tier within the Design Coven, virtual pro member tier, which includes 3 virtual meetings a month where we set intentions. We do group coaching. So bring all your questions. We answer those questions and you get to learn from other people going through the same struggles as you. We also do a business practice meeting. So we'll have somebody on to share a business practice that we can all benefit from. And then we also do a product training. So getting a sustainable, eco-friendly line to come on, share who they are so that we can be supported with other like-minded businesses. And if you're not quite ready for pro, you can always join our free community where you will connect with other like-minded holistic interior designers. You don't have to be an interior designer if you are kind of just dabbling or you're aspiring or you're looking into this field. We invite everybody from all journeys, and you don't, again, have to be a designer. You don't have to have a degree. We're just a beautiful community of like-minded people looking to create healing spaces, not just for ourselves, but for our clients and future clients. Come join us at designcoven.com/join. You're listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. This is a podcast that guides you as a new or inspiring independent interior designer navigating your entrepreneurial path. Here, with my over 20 years experience, I will share my holistic approach to design with intention and ancient practices, including feng shui, all incorporating mind, body, and spirit into my design projects. You will also learn from seasoned interior designers as they give strategies and insight of how they built their businesses and continue to work in the field. Together, we will discover supportive trade partners, new ideas, creatives, and inspiring artists from around the world. I am your host, Rachel Larraine Crawford. Welcome to episode 80 of the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. Today, I'm sharing 12 holistic interior design trends that are happening in the design world for 2023. I know we tapped into a little bit about that with Rogeli, talking about the color trends of 2023. And I thought I would talk a bit more about the interior design trends for this year. I'm going to go ahead and light our candle. Got a beautiful beeswax candle here that I love lighting. I do this in my interior design practice as well. When I sit down to do work, I light this candle, just setting the intention of here today of connection and creativity. And in my work, it's also connecting with the element of fire and creativity, kind of channeling in design and setting intention for my clients so that I am pulling and sourcing and designing their homes in their best interest with the intention that we set at the beginning. So we've got our beautiful beeswax candle going. I am going to pull a tarot card today. I haven't pulled a tarot card, I think, in a little bit. I've been doing crystal cards, but lately people have been messaging me from all over the world, letting me know that they are interested in holistic interior design, that they're dabbling, or that they're a current interior designer and they also read tarot cards. I feel like tarot cards have always been a little bit taboo and in the closet sort of thing. And I want to bring that out because it's such a powerful tool to connect with our intuition, to connect with our higher selves so that we can best serve not only our clients, but ourselves. And it's just a beautiful way to connect with that energy. And I don't see anything wrong with connecting with our intuition. There's so much power in our intuition and in our knowing. So I am pulling from the Meraki Tarot. It's the second edition from Bouchette Design. Actually, we've got Tarot Club coming up our second Monday of every month. And this time around, it's February 13th. And I've got Carrie, the creator of this beautiful deck, coming on. And I just added a bonus to anyone that's in the pro member tier of the Design Coven. You get in on Tarot Club. So the link is in our events page for Tarot Club. And if you want to join Tarot Club, you're welcome to do that as well. That's on patreon.com/Tarot Club. But anyone that's a pro member, you automatically get membership there. Okay. Let's see. What do we need to know today? I read all my cards right side up, so I'm going to go ahead and over a card here and see what we've got. And it's the 7 of Cups. And the Meraki Tarot, she's got 7 clear, almost like teacups. They have this beautiful clear water in them. And then each one of these cups have a different beautiful piece in there. So there's a cup that has a rainbow that kind of connects to another cup. There's stars in one, there's a snake in another, a castle, and it looks like a chrysanthemum flower in another, and a mask in one more. And of course, whenever we get the 7 of Cups, this is letting us know that there are opportunities available to us. There's many opportunities here, but to really dive in deep, because a lot of times these 7s are illusion. So if something seems a little too good to be true, it probably is. Dig a little bit deeper, see what really is in those cups versus taking everything at face value. And this year is the year of the Chariot, which is in correspondence with the number 7. So we have another 7 with the 7 of Cups today. Beautiful. And we'll dive in a little bit more at Tarot Club with the 7s, talking about the 7s this year, because we are in a 7 year. 2 + 2 + 3. That is 7. Alrighty, so again, we are talking about the top trends in holistic interior design for 2023. And my first one on the list here is biophilic design, which if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that we did a whole episode with Elizabeth Carmichael of Eco House on episode 67. So if you want to dive in a bit deeper on biophilic design, you can check out that episode. Basically, this trend is all about incorporating natural elements into our spaces, connecting with plants, water features, natural light into our design space. It's a way to reconnect with nature to improve our overall mental and physical well-being. I'm sure many of you have noticed the huge trend of bringing plants in, or just plants exploding into our houses. So it's really connecting with this biophilic design theory of reconnection with nature, again, for our well-being. Trend number 2 is kind of in alignment with biophilic design, and that is nature-inspired designs. This is seeing a return to nature in the way of putting an emphasis on natural materials. So we're looking at wood, stone, and again, plants, bringing the outdoors into the home. I'm also seeing a trend of reincorporating natural stone. There was always this huge trend for quartz, or quartz that looks like marble, and I'm so happy that that's going away and we're bringing back in natural stone with all kinds of color, all kinds of movement, all kinds of veins. I'm not doing the white and gray kitchens. I'm so over it. We're bringing in these natural stones and we're putting them everywhere. I'm seeing natural stone in all kinds of furniture, countertops, and mixing them and bringing in just different colors besides your basic gray and white. Alrighty, next, number 3, we have mindful materials. And this is all about creating a healthy environment, which includes materials that look natural, that are also non-toxic, and they're made from renewable materials like bamboo, linen, cork, bringing nature back into our homes with the actual materials that are coming in. So not using so many things with so many chemicals and off-gassing and VOCs and that kind of thing with paint. So it's really about reconnecting with nature and bringing that element back in. Next is number 4. And that we've seen kind of, the trend this past few years with the pandemic and everything, and it's not going anywhere. It's, creating multifunctional spaces. So seeing spaces that can be used for multi-functions. So, transforming a closet into an office or having an office in the dining room. So we're combining spaces so that one space doesn't just serve for one particular intention. There's several intentions, and the space can be moved or switched up to transform into another location. I personally use my dining room as my office. We're in my dining room right now. So this is my podcast studio. This is my dining table that we do use this table at night for dinners and in the morning for breakfast with my family. So we do use the space, and I just clear off my desk when I'm done working for the day. Same thing with the podcast equipment. I kind of put that away, and then I set the table for dining. So we've got that going on. I don't recommend putting a desk or using your bedroom as an office space. So that's one space that I would really keep for rest, rejuvenation, and connection to yourself and connection to your lover for the bedroom. That's like one of those spaces that I'm like, do not do multi-functional things in here. It really should be intention set for those items. Okay. The next one is number 5, and I love this one so much. We are moving away from open concept to keeping the rooms intact. We were going through such a phase of everybody was blowing everything out, tearing out every wall, and creating these giant, great rooms with the living room and the dining room and the family room, and it was just all one big space. And that created some challenges for people of how do we, make these spaces have some ambiance, some intimacy when they're all open and exposed. So we're really going back to honoring the original architecture of the home, creating these intimate spaces, creating a bit of mystery into the rooms and intention. So that is number 5. Number 6 is also kind of in alignment with these smaller spaces, and that's the wellness feature. We're seeing a lot of intention being set with rooms that are designated for meditation, for infrared saunas, for yoga studios in our spaces. So really, and that could be a multifunctional thing. I've seen offices being transformed into a meditation room, being able to use that room for both practices. But people are really, really coming into the space of, I need a space for meditation. I need a space to do yoga. I need a space to do Tai Chi. I need a space to journal. And so that's been really, really neat to be able to create these really sacred healing spaces within a home. Number 7 is reincorporating color theory. I know we do that in general as interior designers, but I feel like the trend of color therapy is really coming across to our clients in general, understanding that colors are making an impact. And it's not just to be pretty, but there's intention behind the colors. So using the theory of color, we're really looking at the calming effect of blues and greens. And then a lot of people are going back to wanting grounding and centering in their space. So I'm seeing a big comeback with the warmer tones, browns and beiges, earth tones, or earthy pink tones for a centering and compassionate effect, especially on our nervous system, a space to rejuvenate and a space to calm and to ground. I'm seeing less and less of gray and white. So again, creating more color into our space, which leads us into trend number 8, and that's all about using bold color. So not only are we using these tranquil serenity colors, but we're also seeing a shift in more daring color palettes, jewel tone colors, or bright punchy tones. These colors are making statements in rooms, they're creating drama in rooms, and I'm also seeing a lenience more to the moody and mysterious spaces. So again, kind of leaving behind the white walls and incorporating color. And I always like to, share with my clients, it's just paint. Like, let's paint it. Let's see how we feel in it. Let's live in it. And then if you don't like it in a year, we can paint it, another color. That's just one of the beauties of paint, is being able to transform a room so fast and really efficient with paint. Number 9 is sustainability, which we know as holistic interior designers, that's one of our values. It's one of those things that we are in alignment with. And I feel like the interior design community as a whole is going with the trend of sustainability. We're seeing it reflected in our materials, in how we upcycle. We're repurposing furniture more than ever. Manufacturers are also on board. I myself am finding myself really searching for manufacturers that are more in alignment with my values of sustainability. So being really mindful of the environment and taking a look at manufacturers that have a smaller carbon footprint, looking at their business practices. Is it in alignment with the way I'm doing business? I feel like us as interior designers, we have a lot of power in pushing this forward, this realm of holistic interior design, sharing this concept and knowledge with their clients, and also pushing it back on these vendors, asking questions, digging deep, finding out what the sustainability practices are. Where are these products coming from? There's a lot of power within us. So it's really about standing our ground, standing in our power, and pushing back on these manufacturers to be more sustainable. Number 10 is textured surfaces. I adore texture, from shag rugs to wool coverings. I do texture on tiles. I love having texture everywhere. It's really a key element in interior design for this year. It adds depth, it adds dimension, and it also creates this very cozy and inviting atmosphere, which you can't get from, things that are slick and polished. And just having that character of nubbiness. You also will notice that like blue clay is really big right now. Anything that has texture is huge, which then leads us into number 11, which is wallpaper. Wallpaper. Can't get enough. I was just talking to my wallpaper installer, and he was telling me that 2022 was his biggest year for wallpaper ever in his entire career, and he's been doing it for decades. I use it all the time. I use it anywhere I can get it because it does create texture. It creates playfulness. It creates character. I love using bold, bright, unexpected wallpapers, especially in a water closet or in a powder room. It just adds an unexpected, pleasant surprise, and it usually makes our guests and ourselves super happy when we walk into those spaces, and it's just like an uplifting vibration that wallpaper can give us. And our last trend for this year that I'm noticing is number 12, and that's minimalism. Minimalism is really making a comeback again. It's focusing on clean lines, monochromatic color themes, and the lack of clutter. We all know with holistic interior design that clutter is a huge no-no, especially with feng shui. It just accumulates energy, stuck energy that's stagnant, that doesn't lift our vibration. And, the goal of feng shui is to create atmospheres that are supportive to our health, our well-being, our happiness. And when there's clutter in spaces, it just kills that vibe. So it's all about creating calming, relaxing environments and letting architecture, letting natural light, letting in these natural elements that we're bringing into a space to take center stage. So there you have it. Those are my 12 interior design trends that I'm seeing this year for holistic interior design. I'll just do a quick little rundown. We have biophilic design, so incorporating nature-inspired designs, which is number 2 in connection with that biophilic design. Number 3 is mindful materials, so being aware of the materials that we're bringing in to our spaces. Number 4 is having multifunctional spaces that act, in several ways versus just one intention. Number 5 is moving away from that open concept and keeping the original smaller rooms intention into the space, creating that moodiness and more intimate space. Number 6 is wellness, features within a home, creating spaces specifically for the intention of wellness, yoga, infrared studios, meditation rooms, that kind of thing. Number 7 is color therapy, really incorporating color therapy into our spaces, not just the color trend of the year, but really being intentional about the psychology of color in our space in connection with the intention. Number 8 is going bold, using bold colors, unexpected colors that make us feel good, that make us feel supported. Number 9 is connecting with sustainability within the manufacturers that we're sourcing our products from. That was number 9. Number 10 is textured surfaces, so tile, wallpaper, shaggy rugs, all of those things creating texture into our space. Number 11 is wallpaper. And number 12 is the minimalism look and getting away from clutter, purging, that kind of thing. So those are them. Yeah, I'm just so excited to be able to share all of that with you. And I just wanted to remind everyone that we do have a beautiful community called the Design Coven for anyone that is interested in connecting with other like-minded holistic interior designers. We've got several tiers. The first one is the free community. And we, of course, have the pro tier if you wanted to get more training and more insight from other business owners, manufacturers, product training, that kind of thing, and group coaching with me as your guide. Next week, I am going to be sharing some practices on how to connect with me, how to collaborate, or just in general with any other mentor that you're looking for, kind of giving you some tips on how to make that happen. I'll talk to you soon and take care. You've been listening to the Holistic Interior Design Business Podcast. If it's one that you have been enjoying, please share with anyone else that you think can benefit from this knowledge, and leave us a 5-star review that helps us get seen and found by other new and aspiring interior designers. And if you're looking for mentorship, I invite you to join our club here. at the Design Coven. It's a bridge between school and real life interior design. We get in much deeper there. We have virtual and in-person events. So everyone is welcome. You don't need to have a design degree to be part of it, just an interest in holistic interior design. I also want to thank our editor, Marcy Ferry, Blake Ferris, for all of her special help with the podcast, our social media posts, newsletter, and lastly, Kinseth Thibodeau, who is our music composer. Until next time, be well, and we will see each other soon.